All right, we are back here with another week of confidence picks here on the channel heading into week 12. So running out of time for one of us to defeat the other, Aaron McIntyre. Welcome back here on Confidence Picks alongside me, Steve Deace. Should give my name too. So Aaron, give us a rundown and update. Where do things stand heading into week 12?
So last week was a very uncompelling week of action. That's one of the reasons why I told you. Also, you were super busy. That's one of the reasons why I told you I'd do confidence picks by myself last week, because we basically had the same picks. You only missed on Iowa and your bonus pick. I missed on Iowa and my bonus pick. The difference is you had Iowa rated lower in confidence, and I had Iowa rated one spot higher in confidence, which means you gained another point. You now lead by 23 points, 630 to 607, heading into this almost pre-penultimate week.
That's not a huge margin, though, as we get into these rivalry games with more variance. So let's see if we can pad that lead. Here are my picks this week. My 7-pointer, Ohio State over Northwestern, for obvious reasons. My 6-pointer, Penn State over Purdue, for almost just as many obvious reasons. My 5-pointer, I love the spot for Washington here. And again, this has kind of been, they in the NBA, when you handicap the NBA, they talk about the zigzag, home, road. Are you in a spot where you've lost a couple, so you're desperate? Washington's in that spot right now. UCLA's feeling good, couple big wins, went on the road to Nebraska, came back home, beat Iowa. You're feeling good right now, but Washington needs one more win to guarantee bowl eligibility. Came up big in this spot against USC 2 weeks ago. I think they do it again here. In fact, I'm going to skip ahead. That's also my bonus pick this week. I'm going to lay the field goal in the hook with Washington at home over UCLA. My 4-point game, I'm hedging here because I just smell something here. I mean, at some point, Oregon has to have one more tester. One more. That's just the way college football works. The last few years, following my favorite team, dominating college football, had to be one or two testers a year. Oregon has only had the one against Ohio State, and really, even though that game came down to the wire, all the pressure was on the Buckeyes in that game. So they have carried the mantle and the pressure of number one several weeks in a row. You go on the road to Madtown. Weather could be sketch. I just smell like that could be a tester, a game where you maybe a pucker a little bit, and Wisconsin hangs around. So that's why it's only my 4-pointer as a hedge there. I'm hedging here because the line makes no sense to me. Illinois is in the same spot as Washington, where this is the spot where they should rebound and come back big here against a beleaguered Michigan State team at home, and yet they're not even a field goal favorite right now. And so that has me thinking I'm getting trapped by somebody who knows something. A guy with a lot of vowels in his name knows something that I don't know. So I'm only putting 3 on Illinois when the situation looks like it's way more favorable to them than that. I'm going to put 2 on Maryland against Rutgers. These guys are kind of the same team. Rutgers a little better on defense. Maryland a little better at quarterback. It's a right spot for Maryland, but I could also see Rutgers kind of maybe resurrecting their season with last week's win. And then a game, I don't know where either one of these teams are at from a mindset standpoint. I told you earlier, I'd rather be Nebraska than USC in terms of pressure, but they are still playing at home. They probably still have the better roster overall. So I don't have a clue. It's a coin flip game to me. That's why it's my 1-pointer, but I'm going to go ahead and pick the home team, the Trojans.
All right. I've got Ohio State over Northwestern as well in the 7 spots. 6, I've got Penn State over Purdue, just like you. 5, I'm pretty confident USC will beat Nebraska, but I'm going to zoom ahead. Anything beyond a possession, I'm just going to go ahead and automatically take Nebraska because that's just what they do. They lose one-possession games. Right now, the line's plus 8.5, so I'm going to have Nebraska covering, but USC winning outright. Oregon over Wisconsin in the 4 slot, as you have it as well. Again, line for that game, 14 points. I'm not sure how much you can glean from that, but it is, of course, on the road in Madison. What time is that game? Can I look that up real quick? That game is not at my fingertips, so I think I saw that it was later in the day, right? Or maybe it was at night, but that's going to be a difficult environment if Wisconsin fans actually show up. 3, I've got Washington over UCLA for the same reason that you do. This is the bounce back moment for Washington.
It's a night game in Madtown.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah. So I've got Washington over UCLA after Washington went 3 time zones away and just got mollywopped by Penn State. 2, I've got Illinois over Michigan State, but they're only a 3-point favorite at home. I'm a little weird about that one. And then 1, I've got Maryland over Rutgers. That one, to me, that's my coin flip game, kind of like USC over Nebraska is for you. And just restating, my bonus pick is Nebraska plus 8.5 versus USC.
All right, there you go. We'll see if you can make up some ground or if I can expand that lead. Chances are things are going to look a lot the same next week as they did this week. That's usually how this goes until we get to rivalry weekend when there's way more variance, but we shall see. Don't forget you can like, rate, subscribe, share, 5-star review, do all that stuff right here on your podcast feed, here on the channel on YouTube as well. We'll see you next week. Enjoy the games. He's Aaron McIntyre. I'm Steve Day. See you then.